My name is Melodi Wynne, and I do food sovereignty. So my title here is Food Sovereignty Specialist, educated in community and cultural psychology. I do a lot of stuff. I'm a citizen of the Spokane tribe of Indians on my dad's side. He comes from a long line of tribal members. Right now we're on the site that we are calling Sulau, which means a place of good ground. And we have a food sovereignty project here, and so we're doing a little bit of gardening because gardening is a thing that we can do in this present time that's helpful both for food security, food safety, and also for environmental stewardship. Our ancestors weren't necessarily gardeners. We were agroecologists, though. When we went to the root fields, when we went to the berry patches, we interacted with the land in a way that was helpful and useful for the crops, for the soil, and for ourselves, and for the plants, all of it. And some of that was done through fire, but a lot of it was done just by being on the land and being in relationship with the land. So that's what we're doing here, is we're trying to connect people back to the land and back to the plants. And we have a lot of plants here that are native, and so we're interacting with those and helping to bring them to a place of prosperity and abundance, and then also to plant some of the plants that should be growing here, but because of the way that the world has treated the land in this area, some of them have moved out, but we're inviting them all back. So, yeah.
So it's like native plant restoration in a sense?
Yes, yes, and then also learning the plants that we can use that have moved here. And so realizing that through climate change, plants are migrating too, and so just figuring out how we can use those plants, what we can learn from them. We consider all life to be teachers, and so as we interact with all life, then we look to them for the lessons that they're bringing. And today we'll be visited by a class from the west side of the state, looking at the Columbia River Treaty. And so I've been interacting with that class for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years. And this year they're coming to visit our site here and to talk about how the Columbia River Treaty impacts tribal food sovereignty in this place.
What seem to be the more common core themes that you share with the class, and what do you think is important to share with classes like this?
I think this year it's really important to talk to the Columbia River Treaty class about the waterways that are upland. So we're looking at our forest and seeing where we used to see water and now we're not seeing water, and how important that is for all of the rivers. Here we are by the Spokane River. This is the river that our people traversed and fished and lived around since time immemorial. What we're told is that the word Welpinit is a Nimipu word from down in Nez Perce country, and that it means waters bubbling, lots of water.
Like white water?
Like lots of water coming up. We have had a lot of springs around Welpinit, not so much anymore. Our idea of why we don't have as much water as we used to in the aquifer or coming up through springs is because of the invasive plants. So the practice on the land of monocropping, either for timber or for foods, that brings in non-native plants, and non-native plants have shallow roots that spread out. And the native plants that were created for this place have deep, deep roots that reach down and pull the water up. And so with the non-native invasive plants, we see the roots being shallow and broad, so the native plants can't get a stand to reach down and bring the water up. And that's through a lot of the tree population or the biodiversity population. So we need more biodiversity, and we need to make room for the native plants and learn our lessons from the invasive plants and then ask them to leave.